beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancient. My name's Priscilla. This is my co-host Heather, and today we're welcoming Valerie from Illumination Portal. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm excited. We're going to talk about the equinox, yesterday's equinox a little bit, and then we're going to talk about the full moon that's coming up. And what sign is that full moon going to be in?
Aries.
Aries.
So that's
beginnings.
Yes, the beginnings. It's I am across from the moon in I'm sorry, the sun is in Libra, the moon will be in Aries. So we have I balance and I am.
I balance and I am. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So and that's kind of the information we've been getting these last few months. Well, shoot, since the spring equinox,
Right.
Get in touch with yourself, get in touch with your heart. And yesterday's equinox is a 0-degree Libra cardinal sign, so it's a new season, and equinoxes and solstices start on those points. And yesterday was it. Well, I have the chart right here, sitting here trying
AAD.
ID. So on the East Coast, because I do the charts for the East Coast, which was interesting to me yesterday, because I usually don't say this, but the ascendant in the for the equinox yesterday was that Venus in Leo, which was saying to us, has been saying to us since August, when they were all together, the Sun, Venus, Mars, and Mercury were all together there. They were saying to us, follow your heart, do what you love. Love and accept yourself, do what you love and value, and then balance your divine feminine and your divine masculine. And
I was getting definitely all of those messages in at least the last 3 months.
Yeah, it's like
that I remember anyway,
and it keeps repeating. It's just repeating and repeating, but it's important for us to go forward because we are in new energies. We are creating a new earth, a new world, a new way of being, and we're at the very front of that. We're not quite into the age of Aquarius yet, but we're right at the door.
Right.
And
we're at the very beginning of it. That's why everything has to be crazy before we can move into calmer waters. Hey, Linda Day Gonzalez and Laurie Hunt Singer. And thank y'all for being here.
It's been a lot of turmoil in the last few months.
And it's going to continue, especially since we have a United States presidential election next November. So
oh my God, turn the TV off. Don't even pay any attention. From now until next November, it's going to be hideous.
It is. It
really is. Yes. Hi, T Barb. Hi, Juno Spear.
Hi, Linda. And Lori.
Juno's doing those adorable shorts.
They are adorable. If you haven't seen her butterfly shorts, and now we're into dragonflies, they are fantastic.
It's awesome.
Check out her YouTube channel in the shorts. They're adorable.
They are. She's just brilliant. But you see, and this is, well, let's use Juno. I'm sorry, Juno, but I'm going to use you. She's focusing on her heart and what matters to her, and giving all her attention to that higher learning, higher consciousness. And we're at this choice point, especially as of yesterday during the equinox. It was saying to us again, are you going to do what you love? Are you going to focus on love or fear? Okay, I just got chills really bad because this is so important going forward. We're going to be pummeled with this insanity. If you
fear, we're going to be pummeled with fear. Face it, that's what it's all about.
They're doing their best.
Yes.
And it's our job to say, no, I'm going to focus in on what matters to me, what I love, what I value, what I care about. And that's really how the messages have been going since the spring equinox. But we all know
actually how the messages have been going since COVID, because we've all been doing it since COVID. If you think about it, since shutdown, so many of us That's when we really started focusing on our heart center and doing the things that we
Yes.
loved and listening to spirit guide us to
And
this wonderful community that we have.
Yeah.
right. And if you are full of unconditional love, there's no room for the fear.
Exactly. Exactly. And
You
it's
got it, T. Barb. You
so
said it perfect. Our job is to center and ground and be of service.
Exactly.
absolutely yes.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Hi,
Because
Akila.
we're the ones bringing in this new earth, right? And it doesn't happen if we're in the fear.
Mm,
It
Right.
it'll happen so much faster. The more of us that get on, well, we all do watch these spiritual channels. We are this. We live this every day. And this in our community is going to grow over this
mhm.
next year and a half. People are sick of the TV, sick of what's just everything being repeated. Um, be in fear, be afraid. But that's up to us to make that decision, right? Because it's individual. And the
Absolutely.
Aries full moon, Aries is the individual. It is all about saying to us, are you in love or are you in fear? And can you balance with that Libra? Can you balance your divine masculine and feminine inside of you to become the greatest version of you? That's kind of like our challenge every day. Just by doing what you love, you are the greatest version of you. So it's
That one actually is quite hard for me, the balancing the divine feminine with the divine masculine. That's one of my trials in this lifetime is because I
Mhm.
had so much divine masculine.
Mhm.
Divine feminine gets smothered, but over the last couple of years, I've really been working on it. And
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll ever actually balance that out, but I'm giving it my best.
Yeah. And getting back to what we were talking about before, whether we're going to be fearful or we're going to be full of unconditional love, that's our choice.
It is our choice,
Right. It's our
our
choice.
individual choice to do
It's our
that.
choice to make.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
what we choose is what will happen.
Exactly. And that's an excellent point because once we choose, well, and this is I'm going to go along with the love program, right? But this would work with the fear program too. You will receive more of which one you do choose.
Oh, you're so right.
And those doors start opening for you. You know
Heather, I
that.
think you're gonna have to go out and come back in, love. I think
Oh,
we lost her.
Yeah. Well, no, all three of us are pros.
Oh, you're still here. You're
We're
frozen.
here, but all three of us are
Heather,
pros.
you're frozen.
she's
Yes.
saying,
So are you. All of us on my computer are frozen.
It's your
mm,
computer then, because we're not frozen.
you know,
Okay.
I only see you frozen. Oh, Juno, that's brilliant. You can just go out. Oh, there you are. You're back, I think.
No, I'm frozen again.
false evidence. I would
Yesterday
hear
too,
false
and then all of a
evidence.
sudden, all of us were back. So I don't know what's up. But you can hear.
Cat Mama, we're asking questions about the subject. We're not really, we're not doing any readings. We're just um, talking.
Yeah, we're just talking. We're talking about the full moon in Aries and
Right.
how do we go forward being our authentic selves, right? How
Yes.
who are we? I mean, we're creating that as we go along too. As this whole new world is being created in these new energies, so are we. We we don't. Well, we've been here before, but it's been a very long time, and we don't remember. We don't have the memories of all the abilities we have and the heart. Can you imagine everybody living in peace and harmony? I mean, just that alone is like
That's
hard for
my
my
dream.
mind.
It's my dream.
My
Unity
dream.
consciousness, unconditional love across the planet. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I want.
Yep. Me too. And I think everybody here feels the same way. And it's so how to okay, like I was saying, but what does that look like? How do we do that? Who
She'll be right back. Don't worry. I'll
how
catch
do
her as soon
we
as she gets back.
go forward in these new energies? What does the new earth look like? How do we, we have a lot of off planet help too and a lot of spiritual guidance. But as we go forward, we're the ones deciding. okay, we want clean water, we want clean air. Let's, clean up Mother Earth. Those things have to be first. Truth in media. How about that?
Wouldn't that be nice to have that again? Thank you, Reagan, for getting rid of truth in the media.
Oh my
Well
God.
done.
Just going to choke it.
Yeah, let's don't go down there.
No. but so this Aries, well, who are you? How do you want it? Who do you want to be? Let's work on creating that person that's in unconditional love and truth every day. And I think all of us here are working on that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel this way. It's kind of sometimes I'm sitting here going, okay, I can feel it's like a rubber band being pulled, and you can feel it's gonna snap, and we're gonna like kind of just go up. I don't know how to explain it. I just
Yes, I feel that. I just don't know when it's going to happen, but I feel like I'm being pulled like this, but I'm on hold, just
yeah.
anticipating, waiting for that moment to be released.
Uh-huh. It's crazy because you know it, you can feel it. I think we all can feel it,
Mm-hmm.
on some level, and it's just wow, and this.
Juno says that too. Catapulted. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
thank you, Gina. Yes, and that fear, false evidence appearing real, isn't that the truth? And that
It
is all.
really is.
And that's what they try to do. They take the time, our concept of time, and use it against us when there isn't really any time. When you're immersed in what you love doing, time
Time
just
disappears.
yeah
It just goes
disappears.
away.
Yeah, and
So
you're
does
enjoying.
hunger, I've noticed.
Does it?
I
Yeah.
forget to eat when I'm busy
Oh my
doing something
goodness.
I love. I forget everything else.
I do too. I do too. Then when I do get hungry, I'm famished. So
Ravished.
yeah, some food. Oh my goodness, it's nuts stuff.
Oh, here she is.
Let's hope this works.
We'll see.
So let's see. This full moon. I keep wanting to
Oh,
say,
here's her new one. False expectations appearing real. I like that.
but I say
Because half the time you're fearing something that's not even going to happen.
right.
Right.
Thank you, Juno. I
Thanks,
like that.
Juno.
Juno's always comes in with the wisdom.
Yeah,
And
there's like one of the cards that I have basically says that, and especially when you're thinking about things, you need to realize that a lot of the things the brain says aren't true. They're not real.
That's right. It's not real. It's bullshit.
Only the heart knows for sure if it's real. So
yeah, I remember when I was learning how to distinguish what was true, what wasn't in my head, and I was guided to go into the heart. And my poor heart was just I had her tied up or something. I never knew, that she actually had a voice because I was just one of those. I used my masculine side a lot too, working. Let's just get through the day. You got things to do. But wow, the voice is so different. So
It's
then I
very
learned
different, and it never tells you ugly things. It
never,
never says nasty things.
never,
It's never ugly. It's when
never.
those things happen, that's your ego, your
and it
mind.
never hems and haws.
Nope.
Mm-mm. It's
And
just
Very
instant.
direct.
There, you're right. It's
very direct.
instantaneous.
And the mind and the ego are to work for the heart. So when the heart decides, okay, I don't know, I want to move or whatever, and where do I want to move? The ego's not allowed to like start putting their input in. It's when the heart decides, okay, I'm moving to Greece, we make it happen. The ego, that's how I was taught. Anyway.
That's how I work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even have that nagging derogatory voice anymore.
Yeah.
Some days, but I understand it and I can see it and I can catch it right in the middle of it trying to come in, and come in and interfere.
And I tell mine to shut up.
Yeah.
I tell mine to go play in the street.
Go somewhere. Yes. Give her a name too. Oh my God, where was that at? We were giving the ego a name, and our inner child a name, and our higher self a name. But it really does help because you can stop and say,
You're
"Hey,
right.
you got to stop this right now. We can't listen to that." But
And I tell them they have to work together.
yes, they
We're all
do.
here together, and we all
Yeah,
need to work together.
absolutely.
We all have all of us have a reason for being here, and we're all in the same body.
We're
So we need to get along and work together.
we're in here together. It's so true. It's so true. And oh man. And the cool thing, the sun. Okay, the sun will be at 6 degrees. The moon will be at 6 degrees, right? And the sun is in Libra. That is right next to the super galactic center. So we're getting that
Oh,
higher consciousness coming in and permeating the atmosphere. So that's one thing that no matter what they do and how they try for 24 hours a day to try to pump fear into the atmosphere with the solar flares and all the energy coming in from the the super galactic center, the galactic center, and all the anomalies in space, and the central sun. That's always coming in on top. It's always flowing
but we
in.
seem to be particularly close to the galactic center these days. How many years are we going to be this close that we're being bombarded all the time? Because to me, it seems like all the bombardment of light and information is going to change everything, obviously.
Hmm.
But when does that shower of information? How many years are we in this belt, this photon belt, before we leave?
Oh, Lord.
And
I don't know, but
deep
this is
brains is what I'm thinking.
I know. I'm with you, but that's why, like, when you're looking at the charts for whatever new moon, full moon, equinoxes, solstices, where is it? Where's the energies, the powerful energies close to it? And there's four space anomalies: galactic center, super galactic center, the great attractor, and the Shapley attractor. Right. So, and the Shapley attractor is coming up big time next month with all the eclipses. So
Right.
that's coming in, and it's always in layers and levels because the way it's explained to me is that if this energy came in all at once, it would we
Fry our
wouldn't
brains.
right we wouldn't make it. So here we are, and we get it in certain doses at certain, each sign, each planet has different attributes, and those
Hmm.
attributes are on display. Like right now Libra is on display, but Libra is also, everybody says it's for balance and justice, and this is, harmony and relationships. And yes, I agree, but the relationships that's important, the most important, is the one you have with yourself. So I think this is why it keeps going internal. Go into that heart, go into your, you know to love yourself and accept yourself, and understand that we are we are transforming huge. We are going through a lot. We don't even realize. I don't think any of us really understand the magnitude of how much, you know. And when you look at the charts and you can see that these certain planets are in play, or these certain anomalies are in play, it's really eye opening, because to me, that's all that higher consciousness just pouring in.
Hmm. It
Pouring.
is. I agree. That's got to be higher consciousness because it's just
Yeah.
blasting us.
Yeah.
And it didn't blast us 20 years ago. It didn't
Mm-mm,
blast us 15 years ago. It's
mm-mm.
starting now.
But
I think that may be why we're on the cusp of the Aquarian age, because you have to move through this photon belt
yeah.
and get all this information for
Oh,
Mother Earth to change and for humanity to change.
you know that one graph,
Hmm.
sunset genes, and okay, where we're going through that belt, and that started 2012.
Hmm.
Everybody thought that, well, the Mayan calendar was ending. That meant the world was ending. But now looking back, you can see that the world changed significantly. It's just the calendar wasn't there wasn't another Mayan calendar to fill in the blanks. It was us and humanity filling
Hmm.
in the blanks, right? So, but you're right. 20 years ago, there wasn't. this, it wasn't like this. You would get an aspect, you know, you'd get the 4 main ones a year and maybe a couple other, but it wasn't. This is just on
No, it's just
high
Ongoing.
speed.
bombardment of information, upgrades, downloads. When I was getting ready for the show, I walked in the kitchen to get my ice water, and I had to go check my blood pressure. I mean, my blood sugar, because I was getting such downloads just walking around the kitchen. I
Hmm.
was getting such a download. I was feeling dizzy. I'm
Yeah,
like, is my blood sugar low? Wasn't. It was absolutely perfect, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
strange.
that
that
energy.
happens. That's been happening more often to me too,
Yeah.
especially when you there's an elevator in this place, and I don't take it most of the time unless it's in the evening. You know, I go down because it's faster, but I walk up the stairs. But getting on the elevator sometimes feels like I'm going in someplace else.
Hmm.
All
An
foggy.
alternate universe.
Hmm.
It's very weird.
It is, and I had that same feeling before I came on with you too.
Is
I
that
got
right?
real hot. Yeah, I got real hot, and I got kind of dizzy, and I was like, what's going on? You know?
It's
Oh,
just dizziness all the time.
yeah.
Like,
And and
do
those photons do hit us. They are hitting everything though.
Hmm.
I mean, they're so minute. They come in and just permeate everything, all life on Mother Earth.
Hmm.
And the quarks. I mean, you could get really into the oh my goodness, now I can't remember the name of it. The quantum physics of it all. You know, because I mean, there's so much. Like I said, there's just so much we don't know.
T-Bar is talking about the big thing, noticing the Mandela effect, such as the Fruit of the Loom logo. Now, I don't remember I didn't know the Fruit of the Loom had gone a logo change. I hadn't heard of that one.
I didn't
But I
either.
definitely remember it with a basket behind the fruit.
I
yeah,
do too. Interesting.
Never has been one. How bizarre, dimension jumping. Yes, I think we are dimension jumping. Maybe
Mhm.
not dimensions, but timelines.
Timelines,
and we
definitely.
keep changing to a better
A
timeline.
higher timeline.
Yeah,
It was like when we're doing the Akashic readings, and they're like the one I had with Terry the other day. As part of the healing, they asked for you to raise you to the highest timeline for you and humanity.
Hmm.
Wow. Can you imagine if 100,000 people get Akashic record readings and get moved to their highest timeline?
Wow. Yeah.
Just think of how that spreads out person by person as
Hmm.
we all learn how to read our own records.
yeah,
It's going to be a phenomenal change on the
Hmm.
planet.
yeah,
And I think that's actually what's happening is that as the veil thins, we get more information. We've all been studying and working our best
Hmm.
for these higher vibrations to understand what's going on. And I think things are being revealed as we are able to handle the information.
Absolutely. And that's it. That's that choice point. Every moment we have that choice point and we jump into a higher timeline. As long
Mhm.
as we're following our heart and we're in that unconditional.
Yes, you have to be in the right vibration. You have
Mhm.
to be coming from your heart.
Yeah.
yes,
So cool. It is so cool. And we'll, this is how well, they just flashed a picture in my head. That's when we are fully in our in our energy, in our calm, that we'll be able to do that. Like say I think of, I'm going to say Greece again, and I could jump there literally.
Yes. Wouldn't that be nice? Bye, Cat Mama. Thanks for joining us.
Cat mama. Oh man, it's just fascinating. But the Aries, well, let me say this: Aries has Chiron, and Eris is in the mix. Chiron and Eris and Aries. Now they're a little further away, but they're in play a lot.
And
Chiron,
how?
yeah, helping us heal those deepest wounds. Um, Collective, we have huge wounds collectively. And Eris is the goddess of discord. She does not like inauthenticity, so she exposes it. So that's just been coming in too. This whole
Yeah.
next fall and winter. Oh, what's Jesse? Let's see. Yeah.
Ascension symptoms. We're all
Mhm.
having them, Joe.
Mhm.
Ascension symptoms. That these are typical, and your doctor's not
Yeah.
going to know anything about them.
No,
That's the
Yeah.
sad part.
They won't
no.
know a
Doctors
thing
are not
about it.
going to have a clue about
Mhm.
what's going on. Not to say you shouldn't go see your doctor about
Yeah.
if you're having
If you're concerned,
dizziness
yes.
and vertigo, all that, just to make sure that it isn't something else. But
Right.
they don't know anything about ascension syndromes, and
Mhm.
they don't know anything about nutrition. They have
No,
zip
nothing.
Yeah, all
training
we
for
know how to
nutrition.
do it is to subdue uh, characteristics and things that are happening. They don't go to the source of why it's there.
Right. No. And you would think that with all that training and all those years, that the nutrition and understanding
Oh,
energy,
sorry.
whether or not it's ascension energy, but just understanding energy, just knowing that you're an energetic being and that you're electromagnetic, right there should be the first place to observe, right? I don't know.
And think about how much energy with each one of those solar flares that comes in hurts us.
Right. Yeah.
There's
I
so
can
much
feel it.
energy in it.
I feel it. They knocked me on my butt, and I was last few years I was getting really good with them, but they've ramped up. I think we had 17 the day before the equinox, C class and M class
Is that
flares.
right? I quit counting.
I don't know.
Just quit counting. It was like, okay, never mind. It's
Wow.
just going to
See?
keep coming.
Yeah. And isn't that interesting? Because
Uh-huh.
it is just keep coming. It is just, but okay. So the Earth was like in that, that uh, exact point. So that sun is going to get triggered, earthquakes, and unfortunately, a lot of weather has been
Hmm.
going on. Uh, but I mean, we have no idea. We have no idea how much support we're having to keep all those jolts at bay.
Hmm.
Instead of really. Uh, but I guess there's just certain places that can't. They can't. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the shield around the Earth is really taking a beating.
Yeah, yeah. Magnetosphere. Yeah. And that's something to think about. That's just like wow. When you see those solar flares and you see those animated, where it's showing it
Hmm.
the energy coming over Earth, and you're like, holy moly, how did we not get blown off here?
I
And
know, right? So,
oh no,
are the main things we needed to know about the equinox moving forward?
okay, balance. The balance is really big. Okay, and I'm saying a lot of other astrologers might say Libra, and we're in a relationship with everything anyway. Throughout the day, we're always in some sort of relationship, whether it's our pets or somebody at the store. But I say to focus in on the relationship with yourself. Constantly, constantly ask yourself, does this feel right? Is this right? Am I in? Because if it doesn't feel right, if it's interrupting your energy, right? Your energy flow, and you're working at a job that you can't stand and you've been there for 10 years. I mean, those are the types of things that spirit is asking us to look at. How long are you going to endure living like this? And it
Right.
eventually makes us sick, you
It does
know?
make you sick. Absolutely.
So that's just one example. But with the Aries, I am okay. Who am I? How to keep continually following your heart and what you love. Now I know everything on we do every day isn't enjoyable, but I've made it to where I make the dishes enjoyable. I make the little, the things that I don't want to move this week, but I'm trying to make it as best as I can. So I, it is just a matter of perception, right? On that.
Hmm.
So we just keep going with that. This is the last uh, supermoon. This will be the fourth one. So that's even. the power that comes in from the supermoons because they're so close to the earth.
Right. Right.
Amazing. Um, and it's about, it's a harvest moon. They want, it's about honing in on what it is that you, I don't think a lot of us understand how important that is to really understand your preferences. I
Well,
think
that's where you create your um, what's the word?
reality,
No, keeping barriers, not
no,
barriers.
Right.
boundaries. Yeah,
That's where how you learn to create your boundaries. I
right,
like this, I don't like this, so
right,
I'm not going to put up with that anymore.
exactly.
I like this flavor, I don't like that, so I'm not going to eat that anymore. That I mean, when you break it down, it's simple. Carrying it out can be a
Mm.
little difficult.
And that's the point, is that we have to really, okay, those boundaries are important.
Really pay
Those,
attention.
yeah, and everything you said, even the smallest thing, it is a choice. Still, it's a choice. And if you're only going because I'm going along to get along, or I'm doing the easier thing, that's not really resonating with your heart. And those doors then don't,
And
or
it's hiding who you are.
exactly, it's not bringing in the things that you'd really enjoy. Once you
Mhm.
start making those decisions on, no, I like chocolate, I like this, then you start finding better chocolate. I don't know.
You move from milk chocolate to dark chocolate.
No,
No.
yeah.
No.
She
No.
says no. No, why
She
not?
likes dark. I like.
Heather loves milk chocolate. I love
Uh,
dark chocolate. I was
I mean,
teasing her.
dark chocolate's okay, but it's not as good for me as
it doesn't hit
doesn't hit the
that
spot.
craving. Yeah,
Yeah.
those
I mean, I
cravings.
can have one M&M and I'm happy.
I came across something new recently that I wanted to share with people that have milk allergies. I quit drinking milk probably 35 years ago,
Mm,
35, 40 years ago, because I have milk allergies.
mhm.
So my son-in-law was here this summer and he told me about A2 milk. Do you know there's A2 and
Mhm,
A1
mhm.
enzymes in a cow's milk? And a lot of people that can't drink A1 can drink A2, and I'm one of those. It is absolutely delicious and wonderful to have milk again. But you
Wow.
can get it at any grocery store. And I used to have stomach upset, diarrhea, you name it, whenever I would
Mm,
have ice cream or milk.
mm.
Um, Cream didn't do that to me. It didn't do it to me, but for some reason, anything else
Ugh,
dairy did, other than cheese. Cheese doesn't do it to me either.
I know
But
cheese
I
doesn't.
highly recommend A2 milk for anybody that's ever had milk allergies. It's changed my life. They even make a half and half, and they also make a
Oh.
chocolate, which makes fantastic hot chocolate when you add a couple
Mm,
of,
mm.
what do you call it,
I
marshmallows and a little bit of cinnamon. Oh my God.
I need some hot chocolate. I was thinking about that earlier. Oh my goodness.
It cooled off a couple of degrees here, so I had to have some hot chocolate the other night. Put on my house shoes and had hot chocolate.
Goodness, it can't be that cold. How is it still
Not down
humid?
It
here.
wasn't. It
Water.
was like 85 instead of 90. I mean,
It's like 50 in the morning here. So
Oh my
oh,
God.
that's wonderful.
We're we're at
Amanda
70.
says it's Jersey cows. That's cool.
Jersey cows are good.
That's what she's
They,
saying
Mm,
is the
they have
A2.
the
That's
highest.
kind of what I thought it must have been the Jersey cows that are doing the A2. And
Well,
Juno says cream cheese is brutal on her.
yes.
I
I
understand.
I had actually taken a class on uh, meats and everything because I was in pre-vet at one time, and Jersey cows actually have the highest count of butterfat in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
Wasn't that place in Springtown where we used to go get our milk? Not in Springtown, Decatur. Wasn't that Jersey milk?
I believe it was Jersey
That
cow
or the
because there
raw
was
milk that we
more
used to
because
get?
it's like a
I'm
higher
pretty
count
sure
of
it was
butterfat.
Jersey.
Yeah,
It was delicious.
yeah.
But I didn't drink it because I was allergic to milk. David drank it. Hi, Miss Taro D.
I got out of the
Butterfat.
habit of drinking it,
That's
but I only
right.
drank it all.
And
Thank you,
then
Miss
we
Carol
have,
D.
oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That, you know, we do have a lot of retrograde still. This is why this fall, winter is about going inside even more also. And
Even
that's
more
what
than usual.
yeah, it's usually what we do. But we have 5 planets, and I know of 6 asteroids, the ones that I look at, but there's probably more because there's 40,000 of them. But that's a lot of information that we haven't received yet to go
Hmm.
forward. And the last two to come out of retrograde will be Pluto and Uranus at the end of January. So those are two big boys. And that's where I see once Pluto goes back into Aquarius, we're gonna really have some assistance to help us get
Good.
through. Um, this is just what's going on every day. The government shut down. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. It's just ridiculous. But it's how it is. And oh, who's on the south node? Sorry about that. The north node is with Aries, with the moon. So that's also over there. The Pluto is squaring the nodes until the end of the year. And
Wow.
that is again a choice point. Fear or love. Really just keeps repeating these messages in here.
Fear and
Um,
love.
fear, love, and release what no longer serves you. But again, we're the ones who make those boundaries and those decisions, those choices in every moment. Um, Again, we're in a journey of refinement, reflection, realignment. It's the same, but we're getting there. I mean, we can feel that there's okay. It's just okay. This was interesting when I was going over this earlier. When we're in this I am new moon, I mean full moon, right? With this I balance Libra sun. But it's also, I was listening to someone earlier who is kind of making it sound like we are having to, and we all know we're doing this. We're living in third dimension or higher. We're constantly straddling, constantly
Yeah, we're
going.
back and forth between
Back
them.
and forth the whole time.
Ooh, it's dizzy. It makes you dizzy. And this making these choices, these personal, individual choices, if we all do this as a collective, will get us to that higher point of jumping, ascending, whatever you want to call it, faster than us having to vacillate. But look how many systems we live under that are not in integrity. This is where Pluto's going to come in and really help us out.
I have to say, I really appreciate Pluto and
I do,
the work that Pluto does.
yeah,
I really do.
I do too. I
I know a
love
lot of people are afraid of Pluto, but to me, it's like, come on in, straighten this shit out,
yeah,
expose it,
where's
let's
it
get
all?
rid of it.
It just destroys in order to rebuild. And
Mhm.
that's what
Mhm.
needs to be going on.
And he destroys that's not ethical or
Right.
authentic or integrity. So if you're already like that, he supports you. He supports that part of the population, but it's not us individually as it is for Pluto. It's the systems,
Mhm.
and those systems have to be restructured. So
Right.
that's his thing. He's going to make sure that happens. And it is about being living in balance, justice, harmony, living in our truth. Um, we have Mars opposing Chiron too, so
What's that going to do to us?
that's kind of well. It's actually a lot of people want to say that opposing is harsh, but I don't think it is. I think what they're doing is they exchange information because they're that energy is just flowing back and forth.
Mhm.
Helping like in Mars will help clear any of the density out of Pluto. I mean
Right.
Chiron, sorry.
Yeah.
And Chiron is becoming even though Chiron's our deepest wound, it's also our greatest. It's the point where we heal our greatest too. You always have that, especially uh Mars rules Scorpio, Mars and Pluto rule Scorpio. Any of the Scorpio energies always have, the toxins and the parasites in there.
Right.
But at the same time, there's something in there where the cure is
Exactly.
in the same thing. So that's what's so cool about Scorpios. You see, a lot of people are afraid of Scorpios.
Hang on a minute.
Wait a
Can
minute.
you answer this question? Why exactly does retrograde mess us up? I think we all misunderstand retrograde, my
Yeah.
personal
Yeah.
experience. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Retrogrades, the only reason they exist, and it's our vantage point, looks like it's going backwards from Earth, but they don't really. But for Earth, for this energy to look like it's going backwards, it's because we don't have the information. We're missing some of the information that is vital to us going forward. That's all retrograde is. And
And it makes it sound so simple when you put it like that. It's like it messes us up because we believe it messes us up.
Right.
That's what my belief.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God, Mars retrograde. I'm in trouble.
Right.
Right? We all do
Right.
it, don't we? But
Yeah.
it's really not a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
It just makes you really look and double check.
Be
Yeah.
cautious.
Cross your
Yes.
eyes, cross your T's, make sure that you really understood.
Yeah, because I mean it can, and maybe when they say Mercury's in retrograde, it messes with the electronics.
And we know it does.
It does, right? But you can always, just like we put our hand on our heart and we tell ourselves we love ourselves. I put my hand on this cord all the time and say, I send love through the internet. I send love through the interwebs. I send, and I don't ever, I don't even want to say it now. I'm going to knock on wood. I don't have problems with anything, but I don't know if that's really happening. I believe it is, but is it? So
If you believe it is, it is.
that's
in my
right.
book.
And that's how
That's how
energy,
things work.
yeah. And this is what we're being asked to believe in things like
Trust and believe.
Yes.
We're asked to trust.
Yes. And
Yeah.
why not? Why not? I bless
Hey,
everything.
we've trusted all this the systems that were in place before. We've trusted all of this for hundreds of years. It's not gotten us anywhere but war, and more war. So we have to trust in the light bringing peace rather than destruction bringing peace, which is never going to happen.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And that's, a lot of people, it is. It's believing in magic. Everything's energy to me. Energy is magic.
And it's neither good nor bad. It just is. It's what we make of it.
Kind of like money.
Yeah.
Money is not good or bad. It's
right.
What you do with it.
Your
or how you
behind
view it. Yeah.
Your beliefs around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, you know what? Since we're talking about that, it's kind of making more sense about what we're going through, because we do have to determine these things now going forward. We can't just accept the status quo.
I think that's over.
Yeah. So, but when we're looking at, okay, so what do I believe in, or how do I make this happen or that happen? Well, think of the most, the simplest way to do things. We've been told everything's the hard way, right? And you got to suffer and, silence and all this other stuff. Why not we make it happen in joy, and it happens fast,
I have another question. Is this higher vibration phase occurring now to balance out all of the negativity of the past few thousand years?
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. It's not the past few years. It's the past few thousand years. We're in a new 26,000 year cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it something new of its own accord that it is time for it to happen? That's the answer right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is a change in age. And we're going into Satya Yuga. And there's all kinds of texts written on this from thousands of years ago. But we've been under, I call them heartless and soulless, and they've had power here for thousands of years. And that's about all to end. This is what we're phasing out of it. We're not.
The divine masculine is phasing into the divine feminine for a balance between the two, so that unconditional love and unity consciousness rule the world. Basically, that's what the universe is. So that's where we're headed for.
And that's a good point, because a lot of people can't even see that. When we said, I can't wait to live in a world of peace, harmony, joy, everybody, thriving. Most people can't, their minds can't ingest that as a truth.
They can't imagine.
Right. And that's it. We got to help each other
imagine. If we can't imagine it, we can't get it. We've got to be able to imagine it.
Right. And it's those types of things, those things that are like taboo, you don't say that. I always was told when I was, well, not lately, but get with reality, snap out of it.
Snap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go to a shrink. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. You need medication.
Hi, oil painter. I didn't say hi to Lisa Foster. Hi, Lisa Foster and Amanda Carroll and Darlene Kay. Thank you guys all for joining us.
Yes.
And it seems like there was somebody else I missed. Viviani. How are you today? I hope you and your sister are doing well. Was it Viviani's sister or Sharon Sipes' sister? I'm confused.
Sharon Sipes.
Sharon Sipes. Sorry, Viviani.
And VL. Hi, VL.
Hi, VL. Welcome.
Yes.
Yes, we need to nurture each other. That's so true, Ms. Tarot D. And nurturing. We have to learn to nurture. And that is part
of the reason we always say send out all your unconditional love for everybody, because it does help negate.
Well, it helps negate the energy on the planet, and it goes right to the grid and out into the universe. Whatever we think goes to that grid. So why not make it pleasant? Why not make it love coming from our heart and our soul center?
Let us be the planet of love.
Yes, why not? And what we put out, we receive, right? So the more of us put out love, the more, I don't know, I see that, I feel that. My life is really cool like that, because I do that for Mother Earth. I bless the water, bless the air, bless the soil, and I bless every molecule on Mother Earth. I mean, would that take me 30 seconds to say that? But I can feel it in my heart.
Maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long at all.
And I think this imagination thing, though, is really important, because I don't think a lot of us can open those doors and say, well, no, it has to be hard. Everything's got to be hard. Remember, we're just so used to hearing that.
Yeah. The only way to succeed is if you work hard. That's
right.
So do what you love, but that doesn't feel like work.
Exactly.
That's so true. We're talking about living in fear, and I was living in fear when my guides told me they wanted me to start this channel. And I didn't want to do it. I thought people were mean and nasty on Facebook. They're probably just like that on YouTube. But as Heather and I were watching the YouTube channels, we realized what a loving community it was. And that's when I finally could say, okay, I'm going to do this, even though I'm scared shitless. I'm going to do this.
But
because I don't see the evidence of people being ugly. It's only in my head.
Right.
It's only in my head. And sure enough, we've experienced nothing negative at all.
Everybody is so
kind. A delight to be on, to meet all these lovely people in our chat and the community. I feel so blessed and happy to be part of this. It's changed my life for the better. It's just incredible, the change in my life. Who knew?
Yeah.
Get past the fear and do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And it was terrifying. I was right there with you. I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. I'm telling my guides no.
No.
They got their, I listened. I'm so glad that I figured it out, did my best, trying my best. I don't, it's all we can do. And everyone, all the people in this community just come in, and it just makes life so sweet.
Yeah, it is. It's made life sweet, sweeter. So thank you, all of you out there our
Yes,
community. We
are out there.
appreciate all of you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
even if you haven't subscribed or anything, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But go subscribe if you haven't before.
Yeah.
Please thumbs up and subscribe. We really appreciate that. We
Yeah.
love it.
It's just amazing, and this is just the beginning. You know, the more
It
that
is.
we're here helping each other remember who we are, and you know, to remember to use your imagination, like think outside the box constantly. That would be my, you know, for the rest for the
Think outside the
duration.
box is perfect.
Yeah,
Dream big. Dream like
Dream.
you've never dreamt before
That's right.
because anything is possible now.
Yep,
Anything.
yep. And
And
that feeling.
don't say, oh, that's too much. No, it's plenty. Think big.
That's right. Think big. That Venus and Leo really is helping us with that. You think if you can if you can imagine it, you can create it. It's really
Right.
it's constantly uh, being coming into my awareness and reminding me that, you know, because
Right.
whenever I read anyone's chart or I come on a show, it's I don't really know how to say it to get the most impact. That imagination is everything. Dreaming it, dream that biggest dream. Pretend there is no money or location or any other barriers. Really, just what would you do? And really write that down. You know, just
Yeah.
as
What would you do if there were no barriers whatsoever?
right.
What would you do?
What would you
Dream
do?
that big and
Yeah,
then bigger because
Do
I keep
anything.
pulling that card. This deck
Yeah.
that I use, it comes up whenever we read cards. Dream bigger, dream
really?
big, dream.
Wow,
It comes up all the time. I
that's
think it's the
awesome.
Stargazer card.
Oh, I like
I'm not
that.
sure.
Yeah, because we're recreating the structures, the rules. They're, you know, they don't even when I'm about to say system, they don't even call it a system. We're
Exactly.
restructuring the structures that are going to be more life affirming and not as life negating, because
Exactly.
we're so trapped in so many ways. But if we believe that, like I just said it, which I probably shouldn't have, but I did believe that most of my life. I thought I was trapped here,
Hmm.
and I thought I was being punished, and that's the life I lived, you know, until I
Absolutely.
I came out of it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Linda Day Gonzalez, I don't think it was even 50 years ago. 5 years ago, people were worried about tarot cards. I think of
Mhm.
some of the readers now and how their families still think that. They
Yeah,
don't even know they're readers.
yeah,
And you're right, Joe. Old crones to think if we were doing this in an earlier century would be condemned to such unfortunate fates. I enjoy our freedoms today. Amen. You're
yeah.
so right. We would have been burned at the stake.
A lot of us were. A lot of us.
Hmm. And
We
I
lived.
also, one thing I wanted to say about it was actually going back to something you said earlier about our past lives and what the information that they're bringing back right now.
Mhm.
And a lot of us are here from Atlantis. A lot of us are here from Lemuria to pay back that karmic debt and helping the earth ascend and mankind ascend. I believe that a whole bunch of us are from there right now
Yeah,
that are
because
here as part of this first wave of awakened people, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, and that's another thing. The more we dream big and use that imagination, we allow those coming up and remembering and awakening behind us to do the
Mhm.
same thing. You know, if we put a restriction on it, there. I
I
mean, we're
thought they were
taking.
drowned, Juno, here. Heather, I know you're there, but I don't see anything but your keyboard. There you are. I see your green screen.
Well, but even if someone said something about you, Gino, in your village, I mean, it didn't take much, you know. And I know the witch trial thing wasn't as But I don't know if I could have swore they burned them here in Salem.
I think we remember them putting them in chairs and dunking them and drowning them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But it would just take a couple people in the village to say you were, different. This is another thing. This is
The
how
healers, the ones that were the healers, they were the ones that were actually
killed. Yeah.
declared witches and all of that.
Hmm. All because once, and I blame organized religion. That's me. From thousands of years ago, it was always about you have to follow this way. Anybody that stepped out of that way, that was after they killed every, nation or tribe, and
Yeah.
said either convert or die. So it's just a lot of, and that, who is that? Who are those heartless and soulless ones? That they're a very small group
They are.
entities that just have us believing, a lot of heart-centered, soul-centered people believing there's limits. You can't do this, or you're going to hell, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
White dragon's here. Hi.
Hey, White Dragon. That works, Heather.
Where's she at?
She's trying to. She's down there with a green screen behind her. Just use the bricks; it'll work. I can't hear you, but I'm going to add you. Okay?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the picture.
I'll send it to you. And you can upload it. Okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on today, but that's okay.
Technicalities, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
We learn to just go with it.
Yeah.
You have to.
And Juno and Miss Tara D both have really good points. Yeah, it was.
Oh, wow. I hadn't heard about that, Miss
Mhm.
Tarot D. It was all about money. If I declare you a witch and kill you, I can claim your property.
Wow.
Wow.
Goodness, where'd that come from?
No kidding.
Mm-mm-mm.
And Juno says she's related to at least 17 of the 82 who were involved in the Salem witch trial. Some were accused, some accusers, and some magistrates. The whole spectrum. Wow.
Mm.
I don't care about remembering those things. I'll pass on that. Whoops.
Yeah. It's just, we're in new energy now, and we, that fear. Well, we know we have support, and you can feel the spiritual support now. And there's, not saying bad things don't happen, but it's not as prevalent as it was. Somebody can't just accuse me of something and I'm taken outside and killed. But that's happened to us, a lot of us, over many lifetimes.
Mhm.
Deep in the molecular structure of our being. And
That's why we're so afraid to open up right now.
Yeah, it's part of that. Okay.
And that's a lot of what we're doing is giving each other courage to be who we are.
Who you are.
Right. And that's so important. Have that courage, be who you are, and dream big. There's no limits.
There are no limits. Absolutely.
Mm-mm.
So, anything else we should know about this full moon coming up?
Oh my goodness. Well, this full moon until this is about getting ourselves aligned into the energy to balance out. And I think we're working on that all fall, winter. But this is the start of it because the equinox was yesterday, so this is a new phase. And we have all those retrogrades, so it's really not like we're going too far anyway, because we need that information to go further, right? So just keep that.
We're not out of the woods. Basically, it's hunker down, work on yourself, find the balance within you until January, and
send love.
Everybody goes.
It's true. It's true. It's send love. And next month is we have a new moon and a full moon, as we do every month. Both eclipses next month. So this is a good time if you're releasing things, and do this on this full moon too. Write down that stuff you want to release and burn that paper,
Burn
and
it.
then keep the other one going. Keep that your intention list, clear and detailed. That's
Mhm.
another thing I'm hearing. We need more details in our. It used to be, don't put too many details. Spirit can't work with us, but I'm hearing they want us to have more details, some more details that they have that can assist us in that on
So
that.
Right.
yeah, so we can get exactly what we want.
Right. Yeah. It's
Makes
gonna
a
be
big
very good.
difference.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I'll be here with you next month, and we'll talk about all those eclipses. There's a Ring of Fire eclipse with the new moon on the 14th,
Oh,
and
wow.
and that's the solar, and then the lunar eclipse is partial at the
Right.
end of the month at 28th. But that's going to be a full moon on Halloween too. Think
Oh,
about that.
fun.
Yeah,
My favorite holiday, Halloween.
yeah,
I love
I
autumn.
love it too.
I love it.
Fall.
So,
Beauty.
are you and Diana going to be doing another show about the full moon
Yes,
before
we are.
Friday? Because the full
We
moon's on Friday, correct?
Yes, and we are going to be together Friday at 7 on my channel, Illumination Portal. Diana and I think Jay are going to be on Allie's channel on the 25th at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, Allie's going to be on our channel next Sunday.
Oh,
No, next
cool.
Saturday, the 30th, I believe it is.
Oh,
Anyway,
cool.
I'll put something on the community page, but she's going to be with us next weekend. I think it's
Oh,
Saturday. I don't think we have Sunday. I think we have a Saturday.
that is so cool because it's Allie's birthday. Everybody,
When?
this
When's
week,
Allie's birthday?
this week, Friday, I think.
Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, on the full moon.
Oh, and I have to ask Diana. Diana, do you know for sure?
Fun.
Uh,
Hi,
but
T Barb. Thanks for being here.
Thank
Appreciate all of
you.
you being here today.
and oh my goodness, so I'm with
We're,
Allie Monday night, with Diana on Friday, and I knew Sun Psychic G next month. I'm sorry, I thought it was.
brilliant.
Mm.
Well, we're going to be doing a show Tuesday on breath work,
Oh,
a
nice.
deeper dive into breath work. And then Saturday will be Allie on our channel. So that'll be fun.
Yeah,
Been a while.
you had some good shows this week too.
Yeah, we did.
Huh.
Everybody, thanks for being here today. It's time for us to go. We appreciate each and every one of you. But please go out, shine your light, share your love,
And make
especially
sure
with
you
those that
shine
you don't
yourself.
think deserve it because they need it the most.
Mm,
Yes.
You really have to send out love to those that are a mess.
And
That's all I can
and
say.
you need to send love to yourself.
But
no.
definitely take
Yeah.
time for yourselves.
Rest.
And
Yep.
use your imagination. Dream
Use
big.
that imagination. Maybe we need to do another show on it using your imagination.
I think so. I think
That
that
might
would.
be a good idea.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here today. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you
Yes.
for having me. Thank
It's
you.
And
always so interesting.
I know I always learn so much. And we'll see you again next month too.
Absolutely.
But hopefully
Look forward
before
to it.
then. Anyway, goodbye everybody. Love you so
Bye,
much.
everybody.
Have a
Love you.
great rest of your weekend.
Yes.